Hello everyone and welcome to another lesson. I'm glad to have you here. In this lesson I want to do something interesting. I like to read books a lot, so I kind of highlight everything on my Kindle. I have this list of highlights of books that I read before. And we tend not to go ahead and read all the highlights that we did in the past, and we forget them. And how the memory works is with reminding yourself of those highlights. And it seems like a great way to use automation on this. I thought, why not create an automation that reminds me of those highlights on a daily basis? And this could be done with Make Easily. This is not something very complicated. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to do this scenario, this blueprint of reminding yourself of all the book highlights that you read on a daily basis so you can actually memorize them. And this could be used, for example, for learning a new language, for anything that you want to remind yourself of. Okay, so let us jump straight right in. Before that, I just want to mention the blueprint for this video and all the past videos are available on my Gumroad. You can click in the link in the description to download everything, all the blueprints that I did. Okay, so let's jump right in. So I'm gonna create a new scenario, and I'm gonna name it book reminder. I'm gonna save quickly. Okay, remember to save always. Now, what do I need for this? So for this, I would need so I'm gonna name this book. Sorry. Okay. Book quotes. Okay. And then what I have here is I have the quote, and I have the book, and I have the author. Okay. And delete this empty one. And I have a column named number, and it has numbers. Okay, so this is what you want. So you want to put all your quotes or all the things that you want to remember in a Google Sheet. Okay, that's simple. After you create this Google Sheet, let's go to Make, and we want to get those. I have to restart Make. Now what I want to do is get all of these quotes that I have. And in order to do that, we'll use the Google Sheet node, and I have, of course, a separate tutorial on how to use the Google Sheet node. Please refer to that. So I'm going to search for a row. If you don't have your account, you just say add and give the permissions. And I want to go to book quotes, and then sheet 1. It has a header, and I want to filter by the number, and I want to get all the rows that have a number, basically. So I want it to be exist. So if this exists, get it. Okay, so the limit, I'm not gonna give any limit. Okay, so if I run this, so this would get me all of the quotes. Great, amazing. Okay, now what I want to do is now turn this to an array, and I'll explain why later, because right now they're bundles. Okay, I want to put them in a bag. I want to put everything in a bag, and I want to choose what I want to put in the bag. So I go to flow control, and this array aggregator is just takes the bundles and put them in a bag. It's called an array. Okay, so the source is this one, and the structure, what I want is I want the total number of bundles, so how many, and I want the number, the quote, the book, the author. Okay, I think that's all I want. I say okay, and then let's run this. There you go. Now I have an array with all of the things that I chose. Amazing. Now what I want is a way to randomly select one of those quotes. Now I have here 7, but it could be more in the future. It could be 8, it could be 700, it could be whatever. So I want a way to randomly select one from this list. So in order to do that, I have to create a variable. Set variable. Let's name this random. Okay. Now what this will do is give us a random number. So there is a function here, a way to select a random number. Yes, this one. In math function, it's called number. So it selects a floating number between 0 and 1. Okay? So what we want to do is round this. So we don't want, we do not want something that is not rounded. Where is the round? Yes. So this, okay. So we want to round this, okay? And then we want to time it by the number of, the number of, so if there was 7, I want to get 7. If there was 8, there was 15, I want to get that number. Then it would give me a number between 1 and whatever number I have, okay? So not 1, and let me go here. So what I want is the total number of bundles, okay? So if I run this, the number here is 7, okay? If I run it again, it gets 4. If I run it again, 5. So it gives me a random number between 1 and whatever total number of rows that I have in there, okay? Which is great. Now I have this. Now what I want to do is now create a the code that the actual message that I want. So for that, I want to create another, but I want to set multiple variables. So this one sets just one variable, but this you can have multiple ones. So the first one would be the code itself. And this would be, now this is an array. Yeah. So if I say this one without specifying which one, it will give me either the first one. Yeah, it will give me the first one. But I want, I don't want the same code every time. I want a random code every time. And this is exactly why we created this variable called random. Because then this would change. So sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 5. So it will choose one of them. Okay? Hope now that it makes sense why we made this random. The second variable we want is the book. Same thing. We want to get the book. And we want to put which book, which array, the same random. If we put another random, if I didn't create a variable here and fixed it, and if I put the round here, it would be a random number here, then here, then here. So you will get the code, but from a different author and a different book. And this is not what we want. We want the same random number, which is why we created a separate variable for that. I hope now it makes sense. And then the author. Put the same random number. All right, let's run this. Excited to see what it gives us. Okay, so it gives us a code, a book, and an author. Let's make sure they belong to each other. So being too early, which is the unfair advantage by Ali. Unfair, but exactly. So, and now every time I run this, it gives me another code. Now, how awesome is that? How awesome is this? Now, this is all automated, right? Now, what can I do with this? I can do a lot of things. I can, uh, let's make a router. Let's make a router because I want to do lots of cool stuff here. This is very exciting. I'm gonna fix everything, okay? And then, okay, so I want first maybe to email myself. It would be code of the day. And then for the date, I'd like to make a date so it's not the same title every time. I have a tutorial about how to use time and date. Please refer to that. So I just want to format this in a good way. All right. So for the message, it would be now in order to have a good way of a layout, let's make it HTML. Okay, let's say hey there, quote book author, have a wonderful day. Okay, let's have this message. I will copy the HTML here. Yeah, that's enough. Copy the HTML, put it there, and then after the code, I will just give the code here, the book, put it there, the author, put it here. All right, so now we have the email. Okay. So the recipient, I'll just put my email from here. It will be the same email each time. Okay, so now I sent it to myself. What else can I do? I can send it as a notification as well. So I have an iPhone. Send it as a push notification on my iPhone. Title would be, I will get the same. Okay. The body would be the code. Book author. There you go. Bam. Notification. What else do I want? Let's send it on Slack. Send message. Create a message. So now I can create a message on Slack. I don't have Slack connected though, so let's not do that. I will now, let's test this, right? Let's test this. I have my cell phone with me and I have the email set up. Let us run the workflow, see the email and see the notification as we do it live right now. Okay, now let us I'm gonna open up my cell phone and then let's see what it has. Now I'm gonna run this. Okay, bam, see how fast that was? Ran, and see now I have the notification on my cell phone. Let's see it. There you go. The code of the day, and there it is, right? And if I go to my email, I see the email, and there you go, the quote of the day. Now, how awesome was that? Okay. Now, what happens after this, right? What happens after that? Now, when do I want to run this? Now I can choose actually. I can say run every day. I can specify the time, and I hit OK, and then I activate the scenario. There you go. Now this will send me an email and a notification of a random quote from this to my email. Now, this it could be 700, it could be 1,000 things that you've read and you liked, and this will act as a way to remind you. Now, this could be also a list of languages, like a list of words, a vocabulary that you're trying to learn. You can connect this to a list of vocabulary and set it to remind you to run every hour. It will send you a word every hour. I could say 60 minutes run, and then it will run every hour. It will send you a notification and an email of that. So as you can see how powerful this is in creating a way to remind yourself, a way to memorize things. I hope you see how powerful this was, and I hope you use that system, use this automation to gain knowledge and to better learn languages and better memorize everything that you need or you want to or you're keen on memorizing, whether it's be quotes from books or anything. Okay. I hope this was useful. Of course, I'll leave the links in the description for you guys, and of course the link for this blueprint so you could use it as well. I hope you found this lesson interesting. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to see more videos, and I'll see you in the next lesson.